JD, you mentioned the owners meeting. So this week, our guy Patrick Mahomes and Commissioner Roger Goodell kind of clashed over some stuff on a thing they voted on at the owners meeting, and then Mahomes tweeted about it. So we'll get into that. So at the owners meeting this week, they voted to now have 2 Thursday night football games. Before, the limit was 1 Thursday night football game, excluding Thanksgiving games. And Patrick Mahomes tweeted the face palm emoji to this on Twitter, and media asked Roger Goodell about Mahomes' tweet, and this was his response to Mahomes' facepalm emoji to the two games now. Quote, "I don't think we're putting Amazon over our players. The data doesn't show higher injury rate. We recognize shorter weeks. I hear from a lot of players directly who love the 10 days off after the game." NFL owners also reportedly tabled a proposal that would have introduced flex scheduling for the Thursday night games. Previous reports indicated that such a system would allow Sunday afternoon games in weeks 4 to 17 to shift to Thursdays with 15 days notice. This was tabled, but this will be revisited in May and potentially could pass in May.
Wow.
Yeah. So, JD, what do you think of these changes?
It sounds like owners are doing up to owner stuff. That's what it sounds like. That's the NFL. It's all about making money. That's what it is. Okay? It's a business, and them jokers out there understand how to turn a dollar. Put it that way. And so Patrick is sitting there doing the face palm emoji because he knows I might have to be one of those teams that are going to put on Thursday night. I know that's what he's thinking. Like, look, if you're talking about maybe, getting some quality, games and, going on, shoot, why not put the Chiefs? Okay? We're the primetime show. Everybody wants to see us. Everybody will tune in for something like that, right? So other than that, I don't see what other benefit it would be to do something like that. It's not at the players' benefit to do it, right? I know you said something about, Goodell was talking about like, oh, well, I never heard players complain about it. And, you get a little time off. Well, I don't know who you're talking about as a player. First off, they didn't like the 17 game, for one. Okay. Now we're talking about, turnaround, short week, having 10 days off. Man, listen, we know what this is. Okay. Roger said it in a way that made it sound like it was okay. Like, hey, we ain't have nothing to do with Amazon. And, we worry about our players. Our players are the most important thing for us. Yeah, as long as they're making money for you, they are the most important thing for you. No doubt about it. So that's what this is. This Thursday night deal is how can we make more money with guys and, having teams play on Thursday night. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, they was talking about maybe on Thursday night, they was having a little bit of a drop in viewership. Then we're talking about Amazon Prime. If, you don't have everybody having Amazon Prime, man, it makes it an issue and a problem. Is this something that Amazon Prime is sitting there saying to the owners like, hey, man, why don't we're going to put this into just you all. Y'all talk about it. Let's make more money. We've invested this type of money into the NFL, getting these deals, TV deals with us. How about y'all talk about getting some better games on Thursday night so more people get Prime so they get to see it. They want to come, tune in. So we get more people in Kansas City buying Prime and getting things like that. Yo, that's what I can see. It's a business deal, what this is. Pure and simple. NFL is a corporation. They're doing corporate things right here, right? And their guy at the forefront of this is Roger Goodell. That's why they re-signed him for another few years, because he does a great job for the NFL, okay? And it is what it is, okay? He's getting paid to do this. He's doing a tremendous job for the owners, okay? The players, through the collective bargaining agreement and whatnot, has to bring this up and say, listen, okay, enough is enough. We want a little bit more control for some of the things that we want to do, and you could say, hey, there's no, I guess they said no studies on saying, does this put guys in harm's way and stuff? Well, how many do you know is playing Thursday night, twice, especially this high level caliber of doing things. I wouldn't say that, you had a really extensive study to make the decision, but who,
no sample size.
Yeah. I could be wrong. Everybody's been studying this for years, but I'm just saying from what I see of doing these things, there could be some physical, you know, situations that's involved with this if doesn't all work out the right way, right? So
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, as far as sample size, we've never seen a team play 2 Thursday night games in a season. Well, outside, unless they have been doing some studies on the Thursday night, the teams who have played a Thursday night game, then played the Thanksgiving games, and that they acted as their study. I mean, that could have been something, but
those are very like small sample size. Okay,
yeah.
make a huge decision like this for the entire league to go do it now. Not to mention, you're talking about, oh my gosh, flexing the games, 15 days ahead to let them know, dude.
You think that's worse? The flexing.
I don't like the flexing. The flexing, I think, is to me is a little much. Okay, 15 days. I don't think it's something you could implement this policy this year, right? Because they're thinking about doing it this year, correct?
That's what I read online. If it's voted on in May, that's something that would be that would start this year.
Oh man, it's preposterous. Guys just gotta get their heads together, like try to do something like that. But man, the only way we're gonna be able to address this issue is when the collective bargaining agreement comes up. You start talking about these things about what players' health. What's the compensation for us? How do we benefit from this? And it's all owner driven. It is make decisions about what they want to do. So they NFL owners make the rules. They do. Players, yeah, they have some say in it. But things like this actually shows like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. This for them is about it's an investment in making money, right? They want to win Super Bowls. They want to make money. That's the reason they own an NFL team. Okay. So we know some rich guys, it was a hobby. So, but yeah, it's the league, man. It's the league. What do you want to do? It's good. They have a great business model. So
yeah, it's one thing. Like, I know obviously money is the end all be all for these guys, these owners. Just the league in general, and all sporting leagues, really, not just the NFL. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.